Is it possible, do you think, to have inflation when prices do not rise? That would, for many, seem to be something that they would say absolutely not. Inflation is rising prices. Now, what inflation is basically money printing that does in fact elevate the prices. It's basically a hidden tax on the public where the government can come in, spend tons of money, then print said money, and then which monetizes their debt. And it is taking from your pocketbook in terms of the fact that things are more expensive. But once again, coming back to the original question, can you have inflation without prices rising? Well, the answer, of course, is yes. And I'm sure that this is going to surprise you, so let me explain. Technology is deflationary. Through trial and error, human beings put any number of shots on hoop from full court, from beyond, and eventually something hits that advances our ability to create, to produce, whether that be more produce, more crop yields from the same acreage via fertilizers, via drones that come and check how everything is doing and then make incremental improvements. So the point being is the fact that prices should go down with technological improvement. And never have in human history have we had more technological gains than we are having at this moment. Prices naturally are deflationary. So when you see price levels staying the same, that means that they are printing money. And even though you don't see it in terms of the pricing level, they are robbing you of the deflationary pressures of technology that should bring to you, the consumer. Thus, prices are artificially high. The rate of inflation should not be measured from price increases only over past levels, but should take into account the technological effects that would otherwise decrease prices. So if you have 5% inflation and technology is 3% deflationary year over year, the real rate of inflation is 8% because otherwise prices would be 3% cheaper than the previous year. The government is robbing you of much more than what the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, will tell you. And this is why government comes in and they spend money on their projects, whether that be DEI hires, whether that be war, whether that be transgenderism in schools or paying off somebody else's student loans. And this is taking from you, the public, which is why we need less government and a system where Bitcoin will, because you can't print more of it, will allow the technological gains to flow to you, the consumer. So just remember, even if you don't see prices rising, that doesn't mean that they aren't still robbing you via inflation, which is basically monetary printing.